weekend. I mean, what if she burns the place down?
Well, just keep an eye on her and make sure you've always got the fire extinguisher handy. You ready to launch her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's give her a good push.
Whoa.
So why did she move in with you anyways?
Because we love each other and because we want to share our life together.
Well, you already had a life with Mommy.
But Mommy and I weren't getting along very well. It wasn't fair to you guys, us fighting all the time.
I fight with Anna all the time. Can I move out?
No, but you guys are brother and sister.
Well, you were husband and wife. Doesn't that mean something?
Yes, it does. But, well, when you get older, your relationships get a lot more complicated. And there are all kinds of feelings flying around. And sometimes, some of those feelings change.
So the movie I'm going to review today, my first family film for November, is Stepmom. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, which I have plenty. I just love movies, all genres. But this one, even as a kid, I always loved it. Like, me and my mom is one of our favorites, and mine, because we could both relate on it. You know, I could relate to the kids' perspective of it, and even though I didn't have a stepmom, it just, you know, struggles the family comes with, and just the writing is really well done. You know, like you can relate to that, and the story focuses on Julia Roberts' character, where she falls in love with Ed Harris, and Susan Sarandon, being the mom, she they don't always see eye to eye because Susan Sarandon, for one, is not very happy with the fact that, you know, Ed Harris is talking to someone else, and, you know, because I believe she wanted it to work between them, but it didn't. And he found a new love in his life, and the kids are trying to accept that, and as well as Susan Sarandon's character, and even Julia Roberts' character. I'm not familiar with their names, but they all try to be civil towards each other for Ed Harris's sake, because they all love their dad and their ex-husband and father to their kids and their to-be husband. And it just shows, like, that's basically what a family means, is, you know, being there for each other, even when you don't want to be, you know, to keep someone else happy. And this film is just so beautiful, like, even the music and the writing and the characters and the struggles that they deal with are so relatable. It's directed by Chris Columbus, who directed the first Harry Potter films and the first two Home Alone films, which are also actually really heartfelt in their own way, but not as much as this, because this is, after all, just a straight family drama. And I love this film, how not only does the stepmom have to learn how to, you know, learn patience and responsibility as being, you know, a wife of someone with kids, but also, in Susan Sarandon's case, she has to learn to accept, you know, Ed Harris's character's new life, you know, and his love of his life, and they all have to learn something, you know, as far as patience and responsibilities and loving each other, and what that means exactly, and it's for the kids, and learning to accept one another, and even when they don't see eye to eye. The kids and Susan Sarandon aren't fond of Julia Roberts' character at all at first, but then the kids learn to warm up to her. But then later on in the movie, as they warm up to her, the mom gets jealous of her because she feels like she is taking her place, and so she does little things that's like makes you question her, as far as like taking her to see a band whenever Julia Roberts wanted to do it, but she does it instead behind her back, but does in front of her for spite, I guess, in a way, to show like I'm their parents and I'm gonna spend time with them. But I mean, still, he sympathizes with her, and later on she gets diagnosed with cancer, and that also adds more difficulties with that relationship, and this movie always made me really upset watching it, just the thought of losing a mom, and I could never bring myself to watch it after she passed 2 years ago. Well, it'll be 2 years ago this coming March. But yeah. So for it to the story really get to you that much as it did without me before I even lost my parents to cancer. It even as a kid, like I saw this like when it first came out in 1998. I was probably 10 or 11. And it caught my attention, and even though I had ADHD, I was in the zone with this movie. But the chemistry between all the actors is great, like, and between, the adult actors, the cast, and the kid actors are really good. They do their part. And it makes it all that more believable and realistic with the situations that they're in, thanks to the writing and directing. And instead of showing the mom pass or still, deal with the cancer, they just acknowledge her and the family, officially with, the mom asking Isabel, I just remember her name, thinking of the scene, as she asked Isabel to join in the family photos for Christmas, and it's so touching, because it means, anyone that's been such into a family, it means a lot. Yeah. And there's so many powerful messages or impressions it leaves on you, is, spend the time with your family while you have it, and, take the time to spend time with each other, don't always focus on your problems or work. So that's pretty much my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and watch it again. I'm certainly going to eventually. But yeah, have a good day.
Get up, get up, get up!
You do your best to raise the children.
Anna, you forgot to wash my shirt. I told you 100 times today is purple shirt day at school.
You do your best to care for them.
Come on, Ben!
But no matter how much you love them,
Come on, Ben, please.
you'll never measure up
Mommy!
to their mother.
I think I can handle it from here, Isabel.
This holiday season,
But you remember your lunch?
TriStar Pictures presents
3 short years since our divorce, Lucas seen a number of women.
For the past year,
Now,
normal,
what's
and after a lot
warning
of
to
thought,
the
careful
kids, he's living with a woman half his age.
Isabel's not half my age.
Julia Roberts,
Your kids keep on hating me.
Oh, come on, don't say that. They don't hate you.
Wow!
Anna, what do you think?
Well, he kind of smells like you, and I'm allergic to you, too.
Academy Award winner Susan Sarandon,
I think Isabel's pretty.
Yeah. She like big teeth.
Ed Harris,
You think it's easy for Jackie to watch her kids being looked after? Like a woman who's so experienced being a mother?
You want to take a 12-year-old girl to a Pearl Jam concert on a school night?
Just thought it would be something nice that she and I could do together.
It's ridiculous.
Of course Jackie's gonna be hostile, irrational.
Pearl Jam? On a school night?
We are going out.
Oh,
I am trying.
About the tears that are inevitable.
People make mistakes.
Anna, you do not run out on your mother.
No, that's your job.
And the joy that is possible.
Their whole life's happiness is wrapped up in you. You know